Okay, and I am back with another Baby Got Scraps layout for you guys today. And actually, I am doing two layouts because these are going to be so super simple and quick that I decided to do the front and the back of the flip flap. Here I have some Pink Fresh, which is the combination between Pink Fresh and Altenew embellishments. Now, I don't have every single one of these embellishments, but what I do have, I think will work for what little space I have to play with. And then I also have one teeny tiny little embellishment left over from Ginger's. She's Ginger's Corner here on YouTube. She sent us some really cool embellishments for one of her celebration hops. So I have one of those left over. These are the scraps that I picked out, a couple little pieces from gosh knows where. It's another haircut appointment. And then the other side is just my two boys being goofy at another restaurant because, again, that's what my husband sends me. And I have this uber old Vicki Boutin puffy sticker sheet that I've had since 2018 and some more scraps just for that layout. So two totally different layouts that I'm going to create, but they're the front and the back of my pockets. All right, so I am going to start with the haircut one first, but I'm going to cut the back side of my son's layouts just because this is going to be full pages, whereas the other one is I will have to piece together a full 6x4 piece of paper. So I decided that I was going to cut this one up first just because of the fact that I need its foundation to glue the haircut layout onto first. So once I get the 4x6 pocket finished for my sons, because I don't plan on doing anything else with their little layout other than the two 3x4s up at the top. Now I'm going to figure out how to do my daughter's layout. And this one is going to be super simple. I just need a teeny tiny little strip of this blue to finish off, like I said, her portion of the layout. And then this piece of scrap is not quite 4x3. So when I put it on the back side of my son's pocket cards, I will definitely need to trim that down. See, if you notice, I've got a gap in the center, and I definitely didn't want to have this blue border all over the place. It wasn't something that I wanted to do, but I didn't mind having it at the very bottom of this particular card, I guess I should say. So I do have quite the difference in, see, it's just barely not even 3 inches wide. And that's fine. I think the other card is actually smaller because I had to cut it down just a little bit more. So yeah, that one's going to have a little bit more taken off, but it's okay. You're not even going to notice that it's not a 3x4 card. So for my daughter's photos, I do have different, sized photos. Now these were 4x6 photos that I trimmed down to 3x4 photos. Just because that's what I like to do. I like to get the photos as large as possible without, so like if I had to take something away, I'm not going to miss it. If I make it too small, then I won't get, the clarity that I'm looking for. So I definitely made these ones 4x6 and then trimmed them down. And then this one here was a 4x4, but I'm going to trim it down just a little bit so that way I can sort of make it off to the side. So then that way I had a little spot for embellishing. Now there's not much at all to document on this particular layout because of the fact that seriously, I'm only documenting her stage, which I have quite often. I'm documenting her stage of, stop taking photos. And I have lots and lots of hand photos of my daughter because she went through this stage. Luckily, my boys are not going through this stage. But my daughter is, and or she did, and I just wanted to basically bring her awareness, make her aware of what she kept out, I guess, is the best way I can think of saying all of this stuff. And so I don't know, it was just one of those things where our hairstylist kept laughing at us. Because I wanted to take her picture, and she was like, no, you do not have to document everything I do in my life. And she's correct. I don't, in all honesty. But I think the reason why I kept doing it was because it was annoying her. Yeah, that's what moms do. So I am just going to go ahead, and I took the little click, click, click off of Ginger's tag that she had put it on originally, because it just was too big. But I really liked the click, click, click part. And then when I went to go and use her tag on the layout that I made for her celebration hop, for Ginger's celebration hop, I added the flowers so that way it would match the rest of my layout. And then when I decided not to use this particular one, because I think I used everything except this one, when I decided not to use this particular one, I just left the flower on there and added it to this collection because it matched really well. So I was okay with not using the bicycles, in all honesty. I hope Ginger is too, but yes, I was okay with not doing that. And then I cut up my little triangles just so that way I had some sort of foundation for, just something different. It's, nothing really. I just wanted to use the paper. I really do love this My Mind's Eye paper. And this is the last little bit that I have of it. And actually, I think this is the third haircut layout that I've done with said paper. Sorry, Cora. But yeah, it is that. And then I'm just going to finish it off really quickly. I have another flower that similarly looks like the one underneath the click, click, click title. And then I found the Love This or With Love little thing inside of a green heart that just really it was just too big. So I cut out the words and left it the way it is. Because honestly, I take my pictures with love. I want everybody to remember why I take photos, and why I'm behind the camera and the reasoning behind the camera. All my kids now, the 4 still at home, Cora does too, but they all have like real cameras. They've all requested them at one point in time in their, for their birthday or for Christmas or whatever. And I think that is amazing. In all honesty, I think that's great that they want to also take photos, whether they're silly photos now or not. I just think that, that's a staple in all of our kids' lives to purchase them a camera and let them express themselves through the photographs and stuff like that. So anyways, working on my boys. Now this is just another fun and crazy lunch that Dad did. He took them out. I'm almost betting Kyrie is sitting next to him. But I just got the boys because look at those faces. How can you not scrapbook those faces? In fact, judging by the wall behind them, I know exactly where they are, which is crazy because I used to love this restaurant. It is no more. The restaurant does not exist anymore, but I loved this restaurant. It was definitely one of those where you felt like you were going to your aunt's house or your grandmother's house and having dinner or lunch or, breakfast, anything like that. It had a fireplace right in the middle of it. A pellet stove, but, it had that warm faux crackling fire. When you walked in, it had the nostalgic, antique, kitchen, like stoves and ovens and things like that. I mean, it just, and the wood floors, the railing that is supposed to represent, being out at a dude ranch type deal. It just felt like home in all honesty. And the food felt like it was homemade cooked, food straight from actually my grandfather's house, to be honest. So it just, I really loved this restaurant, and it was really sad when it finally closed. It opened up about 2 or 3 times, actually. It seemed to close during the winter and then open during the spring and summer, just because of the road that you have to take to get to it is very hard to maintain during the winter. And so, it just was one of those things where you just didn't, it wasn't meant to last. And it's very sad. All right. So I thought I was done. And then I decided that I really wanted to cover up this side of those little triangles that are sticking out from my daughter's side. Now, the reason why I have these sticking up is because the card goes in topside. And so I am allowed these little tab things. I love doing these little types of things and having tabs and whatnot. Because it just makes the pocket interesting. It gives the viewer something to talk about, something to notice, something to see, things like that. And so I added a few more things to this little card because I thought I was done, but then I really wanted to add something to this one because of what was on the other side. And so I added a few arrows and a little banner, and that is it. So 2 simple little cards. I've got a little documentation, like a journaling spot where I can put whatever I want, whether it's about the silly boys or whether it is about the restaurant that they are sitting at. It doesn't matter. And same with my daughter. I got another little journaling spot over on the side, so I can document, holding her hand up, or how the hairstylist just thinks it's hilarious, all that stuff. So anyways, I love doing these smaller pages, you guys. I really, really do. And just thinking outside of the box to just bring a little bit of personality to them. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, truly appreciate it. And I will check y'all later. Bye.